Hey guys, this is Leland with Remington Ammunition. Today we're at SHOT Show 2025 going over some new Rimfire products. So starting off, we're going to be talking about Standard V. So this is our new subsonic load. This is going to be the lowest cost point but high volume SKU that we offer. So 1080 feet per second, 38 grain, black lead round nose bullet. This is going to be offered in our 550 count, and then also if you're familiar with our 1400 count golden buckets, like the bucket-o bullets, we're going to be offering that in a 1400 count plastic bucket as well. So this is for the user that wants to just go buy bulk ammo as cheap as possible. Like I said, our least cost product for 22 long rifle, and you're going to be able to buy this and run it through multiple guns and be able to shoot bulk ammunition through your suppressed firearms or unsuppressed firearms and get a lower sound report out of whatever firearm you're using it out of, semi-automatic, repeating, whatnot. So moving on down here as well, this year we're going to be introducing Performance Wheelgun 22. It's a little bit more of a specialized product. So this is going to be a 39 grain, truncated lead projectile at sub 800 feet per second. So this is designed to give those people who want to shoot out of revolvers specifically a really low report option for a load to shoot through those guns. And by nature of our truncated lead cone that we're using, it's also going to allow you to load that bullet into those kind of small single action loading ports a little bit easier, that streamlined process. And of course it gives it that truncated cone, kind of semi-wad cutter-esque look as well, kind of a hybrid for those who want to have that heritage look. So that one's currently in production right now, Standard V. Wheelgun 22 is going to be released here later this year in a few months. So just wrapping up a few more things with that. And then moving over here to Ranch Hand. So we released Ranch Hand in 2024 at SHOT Show, but this is our premier rimfire product. It's our most popular product on all of our SKUs, and essentially what we have is the ultimate 22 long rifle cartridge for reliability. So if you have a really finicky semi-automatic firearm, right, think your semi-automatic handguns, the striker-fired handguns, the hammer-fired handguns, rifles, what you name it. This cartridge is designed to be the utmost reliable performance that you can purchase and run through those guns. So we're going to offer two SKUs, and we are currently making this and have been. It's going to be a 40 grain round nose and then a 38 grain hollow point. The round nose is going to be traveling at 1255 muzzle feet per second, and then the 38 grain hollow point is going to be 1340 feet per second. So few features that make Ranch Hand reliable. First off, we'll talk about our new case geometry. So Remington is completely revamping how we're manufacturing our cases between a few specific dimensions. More importantly, the head geometry. So overall head dimension is going to be more consistent. So it's going to give you more consistent chamberings, more consistent extractions, ejections, the whole gambit. Feeding in magazines is also important. The actual surfaces on the edge of the rims are going to be flatter and more consistent. It's going to help in extraction, so when the case is expanded in that chamber, regardless if it's dirty or clean, and that extractor is trying to extract it from that dirty chamber, you're going to have a higher reliability in doing that across all products that use this case. And then our internal geometry that actually allows us to utilize traditional manufacturing to load primer into rimfire cases. This geometry inside of here, where that primer is going to fill in the case, is going to be more precise and more consistent as well. So it's going to give you more reliable priming and ignition of your powder as well. And then across the board, just improvement on the internal ballistics of the cartridge when it fires. And additional to that, we're going to have more consistent overall case lengths. So this is going to allow you to have more consistent performance both internally and externally due to the lack of variability within the cartridges as they're chambered in the guns, and then across all different loads that these are being offered with. So we're wrapping up all of our development for this, and you're going to see these used in all Ranch Hand products, Golden Hunters, and wheel guns, and then soon to go to all the other products as well when we get to our full production ask. So anyway, so going back to Ranch Hand, why this is so popular and why this is as reliable as it is, we utilized a few different things. So one, if you compare to a traditional rimfire projectile, 22 long rifle utilizes a shouldered bullet, right? So you have a shoulder and then a heel, and that shoulder step right here at the edge of this ogive profile at the tip of the bullet is going to allow for this bullet to get hung potentially on the really, really finicky guns, right? So think, like I said, semi-automatic handguns, especially when they get dirtier. Well, what we did was we took the bullet and we completely smoothed that out, so there's no edges that it's going to get caught on. In addition to that, instead of our older traditional profile, which is very serviceable and it works fine, and we have no issues with that as far as the products that currently use it, just to get the edge up and to prevent any sort of issues from happening as the bullets are handled more or as they sit for a longer time and they, again, run through dirtier firearms, we came up with a new proprietary knurling profile that disturbs the bullet even less. So between those two physical features and the fact that these are being waxed with the Remington proprietary wax, you're going to get the ultimate reliability by nature of limiting the gun fouling. So the gun's not going to get dirty as long as you shoot it, right? You want to minimize the sediment that builds up in the chambers in the gun as it cycles. And then in addition to that, you're also going to allow the guns, the operators, to have less, sediment on their hands. And we're minimizing all that by those features, right? So the case, bullet profile, the waxing, and then of course the internal specifications. The powder choices are going to limit the amount of fouling you have in these guns. And then also the powder loads, right? 40 grain at 1255 and the 38 grain at 1340 are all specifically tailored so that you're going to get reliable function throughout the production run of these cartridges. So if you've got a finicky gun, try it out. In our 50,000 plus rounds of testing we did in development of this, that I can personally speak to, on range hand's worst day, either load, we were beating the closest competitor in minimizing failures by a factor of 3. So we're really proud of that. If you read our reviews that we've been seeing coming in, folks that have these finicky guns are replicating those same tests and having the exact same rate of return. So we're happy about that. And like I said, for all these products, you can find these on Remington.com. And if you all have any questions, feel free to reach out to us as well through our links there. And don't forget to check out the Remington podcast. Thanks, guys, and we look forward to you next year.